Alright, so it's been about 6 weeks since my last video update, and I kind of just disappeared. Yes, I am still trading, and I needed some time to really break down my trading again. I was trying to do it at the same time and while giving you guys updates and making videos on my YouTube channel, but it was just taking too much time, and I felt like I wasn't really um, making videos that my uh, follower base really wanted. Um, and so that's why I kind of put that aside for 5 or 6 weeks, and here I am. So yes, I'm still alive, and things are going well. As you can see, my cat is in the background, really grumpy at me. So I'm not sure if I've shown you my cat before, but he'll probably just stay out back there. I think he wants food. Anyway, so the breakdown with what's been going on has been really helpful for me. I've been really trying to find a where I should be in my trading, and I thought that doing that without the community was the best choice. So I've been working on a scalping strategy. So this is something that I mentioned to you guys about before, but wasn't able to really refine it to actually use. Um, it was a bit too risky um, to use with real money in live trading, and so I put it aside and went back to using my old system. I wasn't quite satisfied with that, even though my old system was fine, um, but it does take longer for trades to close out, and there's quite a bit of drawdown potential um, of upwards of 30 to maybe even 35%. But the profit was a little bit low for that risk level, in anywhere from 5 to 10% per month, which is still really good. But risking 35% is a bit heavy. Still good system, but I'm looking for something that's a little bit different. And that is something with scalping. And the reason why I'm interested in scalping is because I feel like this market is very good for it. It's a very political market, very up and down, very hard to read. And so that's why I want to be in and out of the market fast. You know, not to say that there aren't other systems that work, but this is where I want my trading to be right now. That could change in the future, but this is what I've been spending the last 6 weeks doing. So this video I'm going to talk to you guys about what my plan is, what my strategy is, then how I'm going to use it, and maybe some updates on how I'm going to continue my YouTube channel, or if I'm going to. So let's get into that now. All right, so you can see this account here that shows a balance of 161,018 bit. So that's actually Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin account at Evolve Markets. You can see that this is, I think you can see this is the live account. There we go at the top left. So you can see this is a live account, and 161,000 bit is roughly about $1,092. So it's not a lot, but so don't you know say, oh, that's nothing. That's not a big account. I will be having another 10,000 coming into this account uh, sometime next week. So anywhere from 5 to 7 days. Um, and I'll have roughly around 10K to trade. And I'm pretty excited about that. And that's what I've been really building all this strategy here for that you see here in the background on this test here is to trade that 10,000. So now this is going to be the not tricky, but the part that some people or my follower base is going to be skeptical about. How I want to approach my trading now is not just with scalping. I'm also going to be doing a bit higher risk as well. Now I find that in forex trading that it's hard to negate risk, and I mean that's just goes without saying. There's always going to be some kind of risk involved. Some people like to risk no more than 10%, no more than 30%, and some people like to risk 100% of their account depending on what kind of strategy they're using and and how much they emotionally they can take as well. And I feel like in a lot of cases to stay profitable in forex trading, at least in my trading, I have to take higher risks, anywhere from 30 to upwards of 40%. And that's what I've seen in the past. And if I don't allow my trading to have that kind of risk, I cut my losses short, and not allowing my EA or expert advisor or strategy to come into profit. And I've done that multiple times in the past, as you guys have probably known from my previous videos. I'll cut trades at 10%, cut trades at 20%, and later I find out that the market turned around and those trades would have been profitable if I would have held on to them. And that's happened so many times now that I've decided that I'm not going to be having any more manual intervention with my trading, because the idea is I put so much research into these expert advisors that I need to let them uh, work instead of trying to manually intervene to mess them up. Um, and I do that for good reason. I feel like the market is trending really heavily in one way, and I'm countering the trend, and that's not really changing, and I don't see that changing in the news, and then all of a sudden, bam, something happens, and the trend changes immediately, and that's how the markets work. It's very unexpected when the market's all of a sudden going to stop trending and it's going to start trending in the opposite direction, and that's something that you have to expect. And so that's why I'm not going to be manually intervening with my trading. I'm going to be doing higher risk, but not even 30 to 40% now. I'm actually going to be doing I'm going to be risking 100% of my account in most of my trading from here on out. So yeah, the skepticism will come. That's okay. And the reason why I'm going to be risking 100% is because I have a new withdrawal method that I'm going to be trying out. So with the 10,000 that I'll be trading, I will be withdrawing a good portion of my profits every single month. So I'm looking at making around, or my strategy is capable of making anywhere from 20 to upwards of 80% per month. It's a large gambit of potential profit, but it just depends on what the market gives me during that month. And I will be withdrawing likely about 50% of my gains each month that I receive. So to kind of pull some out, especially when I'm risking 100% of the entire account. So I feel like this is a good trading strategy when risking like this, that to make sure and pull some profits out. So I'm not continuing to risk the entire 100% of the account month after month. Okay, so let's talk about the strategy now and some of the results that I've had so far. So I just since I've been building and testing, I haven't really been trading that much until just recently. So June 12th. So about 7 days ago, 8 days ago, and it's been going really well. You can see it's a 15.81% gain on this small $1,000 account. And just this week, I've had 9.76% profit using this type of trading strategy. So it's in and out of trades really quickly, and you can see that the average length of trade is only 38 minutes. So I'm in and out really very quickly, and I don't take a lot of pips. My strategy takes 5 to 10 pips per trade, but it is a semi-martingale type of strategy. So there is a difference between martingale and semi-martingale, but they all are in the martingale family. And the semi-martingale, as you guys I've explained before, is for example, 0.10 lots to 0.105 and 0.23. So I am not doubling the risk every single trade. I'm actually doing it 1.5 times each consecutive trade in a trading basket. So the risk isn't quite as severe, but it helps me to recover some losses when I have to close some trades out. So this strategy, let's see if I can take away the grid. So this strategy is pretty interesting because I'm going to give you an example of how it works, where it's similar to how my other grid trading strategies are, but there are stop losses. I do take trades out. There are stop losses on every single trade, and that stop loss is around 45 pips. You can see that these two trades, so these are buy trades, and this closed at 45 pips there, and this one didn't close out was pretty close, about 37. And these 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. Oh, I didn't let me get my pin out. These 4 trades were able to close out in profit. So this one was a loss, a losing trade. As you can see here, closed out for a loss. And these ones came out in profit. And because the risk was slightly higher, so it was like 0.1, 0.15. I think the next one is 0.23. That's how my risk management works. And so slightly higher risks. And so when I take profit, just only 3 to 5 pips or 5 to 10 pips when they close out here, I recover the losing trades in most cases that happen. All right, so I'm going to get more into the strategy and how it works maybe in a later video, but you can see this is on the 1 minute chart. So it trades on the 1 minute chart, and I'm basically in trades almost all the time, taking multiple trades every single day. They're in and out, and it's great because most trades are closed within an hour, so I can withdraw profits on a weekly basis if that's what I want to do, even on a daily basis because so these trades close out. It's the ideal situation if you can find a scalping system that doesn't, that actually can trade pretty well, or that's profitable. I think most scalping strategies can be pretty high risk, and there's no exception here. This is high risk trading, and a lot of people are not going to agree that I'm doing high risk trading on a $10,000 account. Um, but you know my plan, you know what I'm looking for, you know how I want to approach the market. And some people are going to say, oh, you're falling into the same mistakes that you did before by over risking. You're going to get emotional, this and that. This is trading. This is how it works. And you constantly trying to improve yourself, trying to, not fall into the same mistakes as before. I have a plan. I have a strategy, and I have spent a long time in the last 6 weeks just focusing on this, not doing any YouTube channel things or trying to find videos for that. I've been just focusing on myself and my trading strategy. So for those of you that are wondering if I'm still trading for Robert, so the person that I was trading about 100,000 for at Doanda, I actually decided to not trade for him anymore. He was still interested in having me trade for him on behalf of him. But I decided that I needed this time for myself to really redefine my trading before I can, trade somebody else's funds. So, that relationship is still okay. And I feel like if I wanted to, I could probably talk to him again and maybe trade some funds for him in the future. But at this point, I'm definitely putting that on the side. All right. So the strategy has been tested and it's very slow in testing. So, for example, right here, I started at 114 of January um, of 2015, and it's only about 6 months worth of trading stats that you see here. And in 2015, and it's already turned $10,000 into over 100,000 in just about 6 or 7 months. Um, and so you can see how much profit potential I have with this strategy. But the risk is high, and I could potentially blow the account at some point. But in the last 3 years that I've tested, 3 or 4 years that I've tested, it's only had one time that it basically busted the count, where it had a margin call, and that was in uh, 2017, 11, around mid-month of November in 2017. Um, and so that's why I have to do what I'm doing, where I take out profits on a weekly or monthly basis because I'm risking 100% of the account. All right. So guys, just wanted to do a quick update on, I'm back for now. I don't know how many updates I'm going to give. It may be every few days. It might be only once a week. It could even be less than that. It depends on how much I feel like my YouTube channel is distracting my trading. Um, and so hopefully you guys will stay subscribed, and I can give updates when I feel needed and let you know how things are going with this type of trading. My updates with my personal trading may be smaller. I don't want to show you everything that I'm doing because it does give me an extra emotional tie into my trading when everybody's watching me, and that can be a little bit tricky sometimes to have a clear mind because you want to have a clear mind, especially when you know that you're already dealing with emotions with your personal training, and then dragging the emotional side from uh, you know from traders online and criticism can be a little bit tricky sometimes. I know that people have said in the past, you know, just ignore the criticism. And it's hard for me. I think some personalities can ignore criticism, but for me, it's not an easy thing for me to do because I take this stuff very seriously. And if you guys have any suggestions on what I'm doing, and if you do have uh, you know some criticism to give me, please, that's fine. It's fine, and I can talk about that. I read them anyways, and if it's too much for me to handle, I'll just take a break, whatever, and that's fine. But I'm giving you guys a video, and hopefully I can give you some more updates coming up soon, let you know how this trading strategy is actually coming along, and looking forward to trading 10K on this account. We're using this scalping strategy that I'll likely get into more in later videos. Thanks for watching this update, guys, and see you next time. Bye.